Hey, Jamie. I just want to. The playoffs are such a grind. You're going every other day. I just want to ask you about the fatigue factor and how that kind of you have to push through that, and I guess this is why you lift all those weights in the off season, right? For this moments.
Yeah, that's why we train and do what we do all year. So we're feeling good in this time of year, and there's nothing better than playoff hockey. This is where we want to be, and really doesn't matter how you're feeling. You get a lot of emotion, excitement, and adrenaline when game time comes.
And why, just for you, I just want to ask you about the moment. You guys don't seem to be, you're living up to the moment. I guess what's it been like for you guys and some of the younger guys in there, just going out there and playing and contributing the way you guys are?
Yeah, I mean it's what we all dream of. It's what we play for all year. Regular season is to be in these moments, and I mean we're where we want to be, and so yeah, I mean it's not letting the moment get to you, but I mean I think we all just want to take advantage of this opportunity, and yeah, I mean it's what you play for. So I think it's just exciting for us to have the opportunity there to make it to the finals and win the Stanley Cup.
Other questions for Wyatt and Jamie? We'll go center left.
Hey, Wyatt. What do you pick up on from Jamie and the leadership group at these tense moments in a series?
I mean, I think from what I've seen is just kind of the demeanor and just being able to look at guys like Jamie and the older guys on the team and just seeing. I mean, yeah, it's a long playoffs. It's each series is long, and I mean I think the big thing is not getting too high, not getting too low. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, but I think our older guys, especially Jamie and all our leaders, it's they do it the right way, and I mean just kind of try and to stay neutral, not get too high, not get too low, and just focus on what's next, whether it's next period, next shift. Just making sure we're all putting our best foot forward when we can.
You've learned about Tanev. We don't know his status, of course, for tonight, but what have you learned about it? His toughness, his ability to play through stuff when he deals with it?
He's a warrior. I've known that before he even got here, playing against him. He's a tough guy to play against, and really does everything and anything to help his team win. Whether that's blocking shots, we all know he can do that. He pays the price for his team and to give his team the best chance to win, and obviously, does that here as well.
Center right, Tony.
Good morning, Jamie. Just over here. This series has obviously seen a lot of momentum swings. What are some of the proactive actions that your group can take mid-game to make sure you guys mitigate these momentum swings and keep it in your favor?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. A lot of back and forth. It's been a pretty exciting series to be a part of, and I'm sure to watch. No lead is safe, that's for sure. But it's trying to do the right things every time you go out there on the ice. Big shifts after you score a goal, or big shifts after they score a goal, and then trying to get that momentum back.
Wyatt, a little bit of a curveball question for you, especially at this time of the year. But in the off season, what do you kind of work on in terms of making sure your release is where it's at right now and making sure that you can sustain it all throughout the year? Is there anything specific or an odd wrinkle that you do to work on your release?
I think just working on it. Pretty simple. Obviously, being able to get in the gym and try to especially in the off season, trying to put on some muscle, get stronger and more explosive. I think that just important, trying to get heavier shot. But I think just working on it, working on it after practice. Just kind of whenever you get the chance, just have a chance to work on it. I think everyone here does a really good job. The things that they want to work on, and I mean the resources are there for you. It's just kind of a matter of you putting the work in and working what you want to work on.
We'll take a couple more. Center left, Jonathan.
Question for Jamie. I don't know how healthy hockey is in this city, but with the Mavericks earning their spot in the NBA Finals yesterday. Is the Star overshadowed by them, or how does it work in the city compared to other sports for the Stars?
No, I think it only drives you to to get to that same point. Obviously, we want to get to the finals here, and we got a best of 3 on home ice. To do that, and I said it before the series even started. When the Rangers won last year, that was motivation for us and the Mavs, and now seeing the Mavs get to their almost their goal of winning as well. We want to be there too.
Center left, Mark.
Wyatt, obviously you learn a lot about a team during a series like this. What have you learned about McDavid and Draisaitl that maybe you didn't know from occasional meetings in the regular season?
I don't know. I mean, they're great players. I mean, that. I mean, I knew that before coming into the league. Knew that playing against them. It is definitely different. Watching versus playing against them. But yeah, I mean, I think that they're great players. They're gonna take every advantage they can get if you give it to them. So it's just about playing them hard and yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say. They're good, and I mean they've shown it.
Last one on the right, Greg.
Wyatt, I'm going to hit you with the Mavs question too. In your time here in Dallas, have you become an NBA Mavs guy? Have you had any interaction with the team, and what's your take on the energy in the city right now?
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, not the biggest basketball guy, but I mean, playing in the same arena, being around a team like the Mavs, and I mean, definitely getting into it a lot more, especially in this playoff run for them. And I mean, it's a lot of fun to you definitely get into it. The games are really exciting. It's fun to watch, and I mean, it's great for the city. Having 2 teams going on deep runs, and as Jamie mentioned, I mean, it motivates us, and I mean, it's fun to watch. It's cool to see, and I've definitely really enjoyed being able to watch them throughout this run.
Thanks a lot, guys.
I don't know. I mean, we haven't been too penalized, so that helps. But we've been pretty detailed, and I think we've limited them to some scoring chances. But when they have gotten scoring chances, Jakey's come up huge. I think he's probably the biggest factor in all of it. So he's been great for us.
Does that power play unit, does it look different? Does it feel different compared to previous ones you've seen, at least in these playoffs?
It is a little bit different, especially with McDavid. He's a little bit more of a rover, and they're always looking. They have a few looks that they're always looking to get at, and it's hard to defend, but I think we've done a pretty good job.
What have you had when you went up there and had the family? And it's got to be pretty cool just to be in a playoff series like that with that kind of support. And I don't know if it brings you back to when you were a kid at all.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's always cool playing in the hometown, and when it's at this stage, it's extra special. But to be honest, I've been just trying to focus on the games and stuff, But it definitely is special.
I always ask about the journey. Do you look at yours? And there's been challenges, and where you are right now, you got to feel pretty good about what you've done this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to stay present and stuff, but it's been an awesome journey this year to be able to play in the Western Conference Finals. Special, and even from day one, I thought we, coming into this group, I knew it was special. So it's cool to see how far we've come.
What was the ticket request number when you went up there? Do you have an idea or a ballpark?
It wasn't too many. It was just family, really. So. It wasn't bad.
Okay. The home and road, it's been a little bit different. Do you players see it any differently? The record's much better on the road than this year.
I don't know. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason for it. We try to play the same way every night, and we love playing at home, even though our record hasn't been as good as it has been on the road. So we're happy to have home ice in this best of 3, really.
Pete even said the actual play he feels is actually about even. It's just the result of it. Does that feel that way on the ice?
I think so, yeah. I think especially in playoffs when the margins are razor thin, you know, you can play great and lose, and you can play great and win. So, yeah, you know, we're not worried about it at all. We're excited to get things going.
You know, this late in the playoffs, it's never easy. It's two good teams going at it, so you know, we got home ice again, and we just got to take advantage of it.
What's the process been like for you? Does it just get a little bit more normal? I know jumping into the first one might have been a little bit pressure, but you've been doing this for a little while now.
Yeah, I think you know, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable now. You know, it's definitely felt a little bit surreal there in the beginning, first couple of games, but now I just you know, I feel a lot better now, and kind of more where I'm at is kind of just more comfortable.
If Chris can't go, how does the rest of the group trying to pick up that slack?
Yeah, I think, you know, I think this teams, they've battled with adversity all year, so I think you know, it's just the same game plan, same mindset, and you know, whoever's out, if someone's out, then you know, I think guys just pick up where they have to, and you know, just share the load, and I think everyone's done a good job of that up to this point.
What have you learned about Tanev's ability to kind of play through stuff, his toughness?
Yeah, I think he is known around the league as a, you know, just a tough guy. He blocks a lot of shots. He's in a lot of battles, and you know, just that heart and soul. You know, just something that you know, that kind of what's the word? Kind of you know, he kind of pushes that on everyone else in the room, and I think you know, just having a guy in the room is huge like that. And you know, he's been a heart and soul guy for Dallas since he got here, and you know, he will till the end.
Coaches like to scramble the D pairs. Have you liked playing with different players and like just seeing the group, because it is a pretty talented group of defensemen?
Yeah, I think you know, I've played with some of them in training camp and practiced with them a little bit as well. So you know, in a game, it's just whoever you're out there with. You know, you're out there with a pretty high end player. So you know, for me, it's easy.
What are you seeing on your PK that's so successful right now? The others have had power play goals.
I think, you know, both PKs have been great. You know, I think just good pressure. I think you know, knowing what to expect, and I think guys are just you know, very focused when it's their turn to go out there, and you know, kind of you know, reading off what the good players are doing, and I think everyone's just doing their job really well, the D and the forwards, and I think, like I said, both ends, both teams are doing a good job on the PK, and I think yeah, I think we've been great.
Sean?
Hey, Pete. What have you learned over these last two playoff runs about how your team responds to pressure?
Yeah, just, you know what, I don't think just pressure. I think adversity. You know, we've gotten great response every time we've been in that situation in my time here. So I'm really confident in our group in those type of situations, and that starts with our leadership.
Second row left, Derek.
Hey, Pete, I just want to know what Chris Tanev's status is, and I also wanted to maybe a thought on what he brings to your group, if he can or can't play either
Yeah.
way.
Well, huge part of our group. You know, I think that's obvious. You look at our record since the trade deadline, you know, with him in, all the underlying numbers. I mean, he affects all kinds of parts of the game. I would call him game time. I'm optimistic.
Second row on the right.
Yeah, Pete, on Tanev, was it a matter of the puck missing the pads, or is it just if you take enough 90-mile-an-hour shots, the body wears down on that kind of thing?
No, it got him in a soft spot, yeah.
You're hopeful?
Is there more? You're looking for more than that? I just said I'm optimistic.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: last night was your the other night was your 99th game. This is your 100th.
Yeah.
When you're down in the third period, we expect a big push, a lot of shots.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. How much does, for all these teams, fatigue start to play into the game a little bit?
Yeah, that's a part of it. You know, you have to give the other team credit too. I mean, they played a good game and they got better as that game went on. So I think that's on us. You know, I think fatigue's a piece, but you get this far down the road, I don't think. I think the situation overcomes any kind of fatigue you've got at this point in the season. There's too much on the line. You're too close to the end.
Fourth row on the right.
Hey, Pete, is Lane an option? If Tanev can't go, is Liam Bixel an option?
Everything's on the table if Tanev can't go.
You're kind of looking at those other options, and you've got guys who have played together in the AHL before, guys who played in the NHL. How do you kind of balance that in your decision-making process?
Yeah. Well, I would tell you all those things go into the conversation. Comfort level. First off, hand. Shot of hand is a big part of it for us, especially depending how we roll out the pairs. Second would be, some comfort level with maybe a partner if we decide to go with some different partners, whether that's in the American League or at the NHL level. As Petrovic has shown, I think, you don't have to have played games. Petro didn't play a game all year this year and's come in and has done a fantastic job for us. So, we'll consider all those things when we're looking at the group of guys that are an option.
Third row on the right, Mike.
Yeah. Any other lineup changes forward group?
Well, we'll see. I think we've got some game time decisions on some guys, so we won't have our lineup decided until warm up.
Fourth row on the left, Greg.
Hey, Pete.
Greg.
I was curious about your philosophy in the playoffs as far as when to scramble lines. Like, what are some of the debate questions that you mull over when it's time to hit that button?
Well, I think it's a feel on the bench for how the team is playing, but also how individual lines are playing. Sometimes you can have some individual lines playing really well. I thought last game the Hins line and the Johnson line both were pretty good all night. I didn't love our other two lines. So sometimes you got to that goes into it. And sometimes you're just playing that poorly that you shuffle the entire deck, and we've done that before too. So I don't know if there's a right answer to it. I know, like any coaching tool, you've got to be careful how much you use it. You can overuse it, and I am a big believer in giving some runway to groups that have had chemistry or success in the past, just because I know how hard that is to capture, and sometimes if it goes off a little bit, guys can work through it and get it back, and you don't want to jump the gun on that. So all the convoluted answer, but all those things go into it.
We'll take three more. Second row, Derek.
Hey, Pete, both teams have kind of taken turns dictating play in this series. When you guys are on the front foot, what do you like? What do you see from your team, and what do you like when you guys are dictating play?
Yeah. Well, first off, you're right, and I don't think anyone in the room should be surprised that that's how it's gone, or that the leads have changed. You got two of the highest scoring teams in the league, or that the series is tied 2-2. You got two of I guess with the Rangers, if you take out Edmonton's first month, you got probably two of the top 3 point percentage teams in the league. So I don't think anyone should be surprised with either how this series is played out or where we're sitting right now. So, I think for us, I think we've just got to take the things that found us a way to win 2 of the 4 games, correct some of the things that we didn't do well in the losses, including last game, and whoever can get to their game quickest and for longest here over the next 2 out of 3 is going to move forward.
Second row, right, Andrew.
Andrew.
Morning, Pete. Wondering if Hakanpää's in that defensive mix if
Not
Tanev
for tonight.
can't go.
No, not for tonight.
And for the last one, we'll go center right in the back to David.
Hey, Dave.
Hey. In the regular season, home ice meant so much to most of the best teams in the league, and I know it's different during the playoffs, but can you put your finger on it? Not just your team, but home ice has not been an advantage for any team really in the playoffs so far.
Yeah, I can't put a finger on it. I can tell you this, David, and I'm a big believer in this. it becomes more important the deeper a series goes, and particularly if you get to a Game 7. So regardless of what the records say.